Okay, so we're going to look at the manufacturing issues with the Harbeth P3 ESR on my speakers here. I got them in late 2020 and saw a complaint on YouTube about things like fingerprints and glue splotches and all of that. And I had not gotten the grills off of there. I just used them the way they are. Anyway, so I got a magnet, and a really strong magnet, maybe about 100 or 200 pound magnet. Anyway, the grills popped right off of there, almost flew off of there. Surprising to me. I thought I'd have to work it. No, they just came right off of that magnet. So if you want to take your grills off, use that. Anyway, so we're going to look at a couple of issues here, just so you know what you're getting when you buy Harbeth, and I'll be with you in a second when I change camera views. Okay, on this particular speaker, the right side, looking right at it, it's at my computer desk. So on this speaker, it seems like we have a couple of issues here. It looks like, let me see if I got a pen. Right, oops. I'm really closing in here. Anyway, so right here, and it's a kind of a no light in this room. So anyway, right there is a thread that seems to have, a blue thread or two that seems to have gotten caught on the, in between the speaker and the rubber that supports it. And then there's a blue thread stuck above it too. So that would be, let me see if I can get in the camera view there. Right about there. So we got a bunch of threads that are just kind of hanging out. They're small ones, but nevertheless they're there, and somebody who saw that just probably decided, that's good enough to send out. We're Harbeth, we can send out anything we like. Okay, that's the first issue. The next issue is fingerprints in the finish. So okay, so right above that screw to the left there, oops. Let's see, right here, let's get that, right there is a fingerprint. It's tough to show it on camera, but maybe you're seeing it. Yeah, I'm shining a flashlight in there right now at an angle so you can see it. This is a full, like, thumbprint or something there, and it's in the finish. It's there forever, and there's at least one more. Let me see if I can find the other one. Second fingerprint on the speaker is, right about somewhere in there, but it's hard to show it on camera. It's kind of getting to be nighttime here in the reflections. I have to get it just right. I mean, you can see it plainly with the naked eye, but getting it on camera is another story. Anyway, so it's right in there. So this speaker has two fingerprints, kind of etched. They're like etched permanently into the finish. Okay, and if you are someone who wants to hear that speaker without the grill and likes to look at it that way, you gotta like looking at fingerprints too. Okay, let's move on to the next speaker. Oh, almost forgot to mention on the right side speaker, there's a nice glue splotch right here, and I tried to rub it out. It's not going anywhere. So anyway, so see if we can get that sharp in there for you. Yeah, again, that glue splotch is right there. Okay, that's all on the right hand speaker. Okay, starting with the left-hand speaker, there's, let me see if I can point that out to you. There's a couple of glue splotches, one right there and then one right there. They actually look less on camera, but they're bubbly little things that they just didn't bother to clean off. And anyway, so they're there, and that's with the left-hand speaker now. On to the next thing. And there are a couple of fingerprints. I'm just going to show one, just like the right side speaker. This one's the left. There is a fingerprint right here, right above those two screws. Camera doesn't really see it too well, I'm sure of that, but it definitely is visible. It's just like somebody stuck their thumbprint there. And so if you buy these kind of speakers, this is what you're going to get. Okay, I don't know if this is normal or anything, because I'm not familiar with the production of these speakers. They are handmade, and some things need to be given exception to, but little mom and pop companies, which this one actually isn't. You can expect things, but I would think that the cleanup is as important with a speaker of this price as the overall QC and looking to see cosmetically what's going on with it. They do sound great, but I mean, it's almost amazing actually how they sound. But there are little issues here and there. Personally, I really don't care, but I'd rather have not had the issues to look at, especially seeing some people with this. Okay, and let me see. Oh yeah. Sometimes these little stereo companies, I think they, they're so kind of like into their thing, but there's things to watch out for. Like, right now I'm just using a $100 Sony amp because my expensive Burson crapped out on me 2 months later. So, they seem to be wanting to fix it finally. So we're going to see what they do. Anyway, these little stereo companies are funny little beings, and I'm new to this. I just decided to put some money into stereo equipment and in older age, and I'm kind of surprised. Okay. Oh, one more thing on this. I have to refocus. Be back in a minute. Okay, another thing I didn't mention was it's these bird screws. I mean, you're spending all this money on a speaker, and they're gonna ship them to you with bird worn out screws. They're not all that way, but some of them are, and so basically, as you can see, these are an eyesore. I think this is probably the worst mistake, because they could have just used another screw or used the right screwdriver. Anyway, I don't know. This is probably the worst part of the screws are the worst part of the Harbeth speaker trip, because they are not up to par. Okay, one more I have to show you. It's rusted, the screw. Be back in a minute. Okay, a lot of the screws, not all of them, but a lot of them are basically they're oxidized or rusted. So maybe they were kept in humid conditions, but there's rust all around the circle on that side. It's definitely rust, and it's red, rusty metal. Do they care? I don't know. I don't think they should ship out with rusty screws. Now, I'm just taking a cursory look at our friendly Harbeth speaker. This one, the P3 ESR. Let me focus on that. And I have to say that, the sound is great on these. They haven't exploded or anything. But the quality control and, who's running the show here and who's doing, making the decisions on this kind of stuff. Somebody should tell these guys, hey, it's a rusty screw, toss it, have it refinished, whatever you got to do. But don't send out $3,000 to $10,000 speakers with rusty screws on them. Come on. Anyway, so I wasn't going to put a video up of any of this stuff, but I was on the Harbeth forum and kind of defending Burson amps for a while, because they have a break-in period, and somebody was kind of like saying amps don't break in, and you're a liar, and other YouTubers are lying when they say this. There's quite a few of them that all agreed, well-known YouTubers, that the Burson amps need quite a few hours to break in, and I experienced that too, and Burson says that. Anyway, so this guy was like basically calling me a liar on the forum. And I defended myself as well as the other YouTubers and the Burson company. And so what happened? Nice old Harbeth banned me without a warning or anything. And I didn't even defend myself really all that, aggressively or anything. I just, stated what I thought. Anyway, so they banned me. And so I don't think I'm going to be ever buying Harbeth speakers again or recommending them to anybody. Not because they don't sound good or great. It's not about that. It's their attitude, and as well as kind of a holier than thou attitude, and just like, you don't bounce somebody off a forum for what I did. And they did, though. So basically, I'm put off Harbeth. I'm done with them. I'll enjoy these speakers for as long as I have them, but I'll never buy another set of Harbeths. Sorry, Harbeth, you basically ruined your reputation with me. And when I pulled the girls off here, I can see why people are complaining. So my suggestion to you is straighten up and stop being such a, I don't know, stick in the mud or whatever you call it. Just stop being basically weird. Just be professional and act professional. Get off your holy high horse, your unicorn you're flying around on, and basically take care of business. And when somebody has a complaint, address it 2-3 times what they expect you to address it to, not 10% of the addressing their problems. So anyway, the speakers have problems, but the sound is not the problem. It's just the construction, and somebody's not watching over quality control. Glues around, fingerprints around, and rusty screws. And if I was really into this, I'd open up the thing, open up the box, and see what's going on in there. But I'm not going to do that. I didn't even want to really take the time out of my day to make this video, but I think it should be out there. So I would say buy Harbeths all you want if you can afford them. Expect them to sound good, but if you're sort of person that wants them to be well managed physically, you got another thing coming. All right, so it's my goodbye to Harbeth, but I will enjoy my P3 ESRs for as long as I have them, but I will never buy another set just because of their attitude and quality control. All right, see you guys.